Hey guys, Nate here with Nate's Interactive Auto, and today we're going to talk about extreme conditions. As listed, you have all your maintenance intervals. For example, 8,000 miles for an oil change, 4,000 miles for your oil change, and the rest of your fluid changes, for the most part, all fall into this category where the time interval is cut in half. We're going to show you reasons why that it is cut in half. So here we have idling for long periods of time, stop and go traffic. Also, in high heat temperatures above 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, that's right, 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Because if it's 90 degrees Fahrenheit, you can only imagine how hot it is for your car while it's sitting there idling, even if it's cold outside. So these conditions affect everything, even your battery. So a lot of times people think that the winter is the hardest point for the battery. No, actually it's the summer. The battery has gases inside. You can watch my video, and these gases are created, and that's why they expel from the battery itself, and that's why they have vent ports on the battery. And you're supposed to replace the electrolyte every so often with distilled water. Also, you can see the air filter in an area such as this can be quite a problem, because if you look around all these mountains, what do you see? Nothing but dust and dirt, gravel roads. Yeah, that's definitely going to fall into extreme conditions. So there's another extreme condition. Now, if you have any one of these extreme conditions, that's all it takes. So, as I said a moment ago, you can see all the hills and mountains. That's also an extreme condition. You've seen the truck pulling the trailer across from us. That's also an extreme condition. Pulling trailers, so forth, pulling heavy loads, carrying heavy loads. The truck in front of us, as you can see, is carrying a load. And for obvious reasons, the mountains, the heavy load with the mountains, having to pull the mountain is hard on the engine. It's hard on your transmission. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick walkthrough of what extreme conditions are, because a lot of people are changing their oil, their air filters, and their other fluids, and thinking that that's the way it's supposed to be every 10,000 miles. Not to mention that each competitor, say Ford, GM, whoever the manufacturer may be, are all having these competitive wars over cost of ownership. So they're saying, hey, it's cheaper to own my vehicle. The maintenance costs for owning this vehicle are much lower. So yeah, well, that's why they're going to make the intervals just a little bit longer. We already have prolonged service intervals, not factoring in the extreme conditions. So basically, every single living condition that I've personally ever seen has at least one of these categories that fit in. For example, a place that has nothing but flat land, no big mountains or no large hills, well, you're not carrying any heavy loads. Still, you fall in any of these conditions? Well, if you live in a city, you definitely do, with the stop and go. Also with the heat, or with the winter temperatures. So if you drive in the winter and it's below 90 degrees and you drive for 10 minutes or less on short trips on average, then you fall in an extreme condition. Now if it's above 90 degrees and you drive at least 10 minutes, you're okay. That's not an extreme condition. Or if you drive under 90 degrees for at least 20 minutes, that's not an extreme condition. Now, as I said, these are all things from the owner's manuals themselves. So keep that in mind. Like I said, they're going to make these go as long and as far as they possibly feel like they can make this work. So they want their vehicle to have the lowest cost of ownership, so they can lower the total cost of the vehicle, because they want to factor in the cost of ownership, which you should. Driving out the service intervals, that's not really a good thing. So always keep that in mind, and always keep all these conditions in mind and how they affect your vehicle, because simple conditions such as these, all you need is one, as I said, and there you have it. You fall in extreme conditions. So you're meant to not change your oil 8,000 miles, you're meant to change it 4,000 miles. Now, if you live in a perfect world where there's no dust or dirt, there's no gravel roads, there's no traffic, heavy traffic, and yes, where I live, honestly, there's really not heavy traffic. This is really construction zone that's taking place, but you can see all the extreme conditions that make my service intervals much shorter time. So, as always, I want to keep you guys informed and up to date on everything. I want to thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch these videos. And get ready to get wrenching for the next video.